Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a new LEGO weapon showcase, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing the MP44, or it's also known as the Stg-44. Here it is. This is my own design, and one thing I do want to say before I showcase this weapon is that it's not life-size. It is short by a couple inches, which was quite disappointing, but for the pieces that I had, it is quite nice. And yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys the full look of it here. I just hit my camera. There it is. It's quite big. It's not that bad. I do like the way it looks. It does look a lot like the Stg-44. Just the only bad thing is life size thing. So it's not really life size, like I said. It's just short by a couple inches. But yeah, guys, so let's just get right into this weapon, and I'm going to show you guys the different things that it has. So the first thing that I do want to talk about is the stock. I am going to say that this is also not the right size of the stock. It's quite short and it's a little small. But for the brown pieces that I do have, it does look really nice. I don't have a lot of brown pieces. This stock basically used all my brown pieces. And I'm not even kidding about that. I did literally use all my brown pieces. And yeah, for the way it looks, I do like the way it looks. And I also added these like metal plates here in the front and back, or in the top and the bottom. You guys can see there, goes through there, the top there, which looks really nice. Also, I added the Sling Mount part, which does have like an angle right there. You guys can see the design there. Unfortunately, I couldn't like smooth out the bottom part right there, so I couldn't do that. And if I turn it around here, you guys can see the other side where the hole is, where the like sling mount part would stick out. And also I added the cheek rest, which is really comfortable. I'm also quite surprised that I was able to smooth out most of the stock. You guys can see here. The top of the stock really smooth out. I really like the way that turned out. And if we move a little forward, you guys can see that I added this part right here, which sticks out, which looks really nice. You guys can see it's on both sides. Also, the weapon sticks out a little bit right here. And if we move along here, you guys can see all these details is on the other side, except one thing, but I'll get into that in a little. You guys can see there's like this 3x3 square right here, which is really smooth. Has that piece right there, basically resembles a screw. And then we have the main receiver of the weapon, which is really nice. The details, all these lines and all that, I could say that it is almost accurate to the actual look of it. But some things I couldn't do, but I do really enjoy the way it looks. And if I turn around, you guys can see the same details on this side. And yeah, although this part right here is not on the other side, this whole square piece, if I could take it off, this whole square piece right here is not on the other side. If I turn it around here, and one disappointment that I had was I couldn't make that circle piece that's right here just because I didn't have the right pieces. And part broke off here. And yeah, I do like the way that turned out. You guys can see there. Also, the body of the weapon is 4 studs wide, but you guys can see the transition here between here, which this is 3 studs wide, the handle, the trigger guard, this whole piece right here. And also the handle is not the same design as my other handles. This design is almost the same as my different usernames, but it's not exactly like his, but it is almost like his. Also, since I didn't have enough brown pieces, I couldn't make the wooden grips for the handle there. Instead, I'd go with black, but it doesn't look that bad. Some SCGs did have that metal handle grip, or I think it was plastic, I'm not sure. You guys can see the screws. This is on both sides right there. The trigger guard, like I said, it is three studs wide instead of 2, but that's because that's the way it is. But yeah, here's my trigger, same design as my other weapons. Does have a rubber band to the inside. And one thing that I did have trouble with was making that trigger, just because the 3 stud wide here and the 4 stud wide here, it was quite difficult to make. Also, one interesting thing that I was able to do was the axle that basically connects the trigger to the main body. I was able to cover it with studs on both sides right there, which it's in the same area right there. These screws are supposed to be there, and I do like the way that turned out. It looks really nice. I like the way that turned out. So yeah, so here's the details right there. And then if we move on to the magwell, here's the magwell. It does have reload action. Here's the magazine. It does have like that bullet. This ain't the right size bullet, but I just added it for more detail. Here's the whole magazine. It is a 2x6 magazine, which I really like. There's a little notch right there on the bottom. It does have 4 notches, 2 on this side and 2 on this side. I also added these grill pieces on both sides just for more detail. And yeah, that just goes to the magwell right there. There's the magwell, which I really like the way that turned out. It just goes in through there. It does stay, which also I couldn't add the mag release just because I don't really know how to make mag releases that well. And but I don't really need it just because the magazine holds itself already just by itself. You guys can see here. The magwell ain't right because it does supposed to have 2 lines right here, a shorter one on top. This line is on both sides. But yeah, I like the way the magwell turned out. You guys can see there's this angled part right here, which is really nice. I just really love the way the receiver turned out with all those details. And then there's like this part right here. Also, if we move up, you guys can see more screws, another line, more screws. This design right here with these cylinder pieces, I did get it from my different username. Really like that. Here's the hand grip, or the part where you hold the gun. You guys can see like this piston design, a lot of piston designs. There's this part right here which looks really nice. There's a hole right there. The piston part right there, I really don't know what it's called. Here's a main barrel. There's like that muzzle brake part, the front sight. If we turn it around here, you guys can see here's the other part of the sling mount. Basically, it looks almost the same on the other side of the SCG. It looks really nice. And yeah, guys, let's just get right into the details. So the first thing I want to talk about, or a functioning part, is the bolt, which is really nice. Sometimes it doesn't work just because it like tightens on it, but here it is. It does have a long draw distance. That's another reason why this gun has really low recoil. You guys can see here, which is really nice. It does use a rubber band. If you look on the other side, here's the dust cover right here. And then if we pull back the bolt, you guys can see the rubber band that just goes back like that. And yeah, that looks really nice. The next thing I want to talk about, or I'm going to show you guys here the reload action. Really nice. I like the way that is. And also, like I said, the functioning trigger. And also, one thing, since I really wanted to make this part right here, this angled part, I couldn't add the safety or the fire mode, which is like a stick right here. But I did implement the fire selector here, which is really odd. It's a different fire selector. You guys can see it's sort of like a button. If we push it in there, on the other side it sticks out right there. And if we hopefully push that in, you guys can see on the other side. Basically, when it's sticking out on the left side, this is semi-automatic, and if we push it in, that's fully automatic, which is really nice. And now let's just look at the iron sights. So before I show you guys the iron sights, I do need to remove the stock just so it won't bump into my camera. So I'll be right back. So I went ahead and I took the stock off, but here's the iron sights. They look really nice. I do really enjoy the way it turned out. I did use the same design for the rear sight here as the pistol and my revolver. And here's the iron sight. The iron sights, and the front iron sight used basically tire and one of those customizable rod pieces and a hinge. and that makes a front sight which looks real nice. I love the way that looks. Also, the rear sight is adjustable, so if we sort of lift this up and not do that, it breaks easily, but you guys can see how it's adjustable. But I don't really use that feature just because it looks good like that. I just hit my camera. But here it is, the iron sights. The dust cover looks really nice on there, and the dust cover does move. You guys can see it closes and all that. Yeah, those are basically all the features for this, and like I said, the cheek rest is really nice, and my eye just lines up with the iron sights, as my different username would say, and it does work the same as in my model, you guys can see here. And I really love the way this weapon turned out, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the stock back on. Okay, so I'm back and I put the stock on. And yeah, guys, I really love the way this turned out. I do love how I had enough pieces to make all these designs and all that. Although I couldn't make the full size weapon, which was really disappointing. Not too bad. There's some details here. You know, there's details all over this weapon, which is really nice. Here's the full look of it. I also added so many cheese slopes on the top here, on both sides, which took a lot, but at the same time it gives it a really nice look. You guys can see there. And yeah, guys, I'm really happy the way it turned out. Then it doesn't look as bad regardless of the actual size. But yeah, guys, I do appreciate that you guys watch my videos, and I'll see you guys next time in a different video. I don't know exactly what's going to be the next weapon, but yeah, I'll see you guys maybe in a week. I'm not sure. Depends how long it takes for me to find out which weapon to make next. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. I do appreciate that you guys watch, and I'm out.